Hey everyone, it's Christoph. Today I've just continuing the series with our physics/math studies, and today we're told to graph the linear equation. This is what it is called. It's called the linear equation. Y is equal to 1/2 x minus 1. So we're going to actually graph this, and I have a graph right here, as you can see. But the question is, how do we put this math into actually reality here? Well, I'm going to just walk you through it, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to do this yourself. So all this is saying is that y is equal to 1/2 x minus 1. So a big misconception here is that we're solving for either x or y. That's not true. In these types of equations, we're not solving for x, we're not solving for y. We're just saying if x is something, it could be anything. If x is 0, if it's 1, then what will y equal? And what we can do is we can just make a line here. Let me try and make a straight line. I have a little thing here. I just updated the software so I can do this. So I'm making a little t-chart, and I'm going to write this x. Oops. This is going to be the x, and this is going to be the y. So basically, this is saying is this is whatever I put into x, what will our y be? It's kind of like an in and out machine. I put in an x, and a new y comes out. So let's say if x is 0, what will y be? Well, let's see, I have 1/2 times x, 1/2 times 0 if x is 0, anything times 0 is 0, minus 1, y will be minus 1. So hopefully you can see what we've done here. If x is 0, 1/2 times 0 is 0, minus 1 is just negative 1. So let's try it again. Let's say if x is 1. Let's see, 1/2 times 1, that's just 1/2. Anything times 1 is itself, as we know. So 1/2 times 1 is 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. What is 1/2 minus 1? Well, that would just be negative 1/2. Negative 1/2. So this is basically a function is what it is. It's almost like an in and out machine. So let's say we really actually we only need 2 points to make a line, but we can keep going. Let's say x is equal to 2. That's a big 2. X is equal to 2. What's 2 times 1/2? Let's figure it out. I can just do it down here. I have 2, and 2 is in a fraction is always the same thing as 2 over 1, and times here times 1/2 times 1/2. And what is this equal to? Well, 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 1/2, alright, 1/2 times 2 is just 1. What's 1 minus 1? I think that's just 0. 0. And we can do one more. So let's do another one. Let's say x here, this is equal to 3. Let's pretend it's equal to 3. If x was equal to 3, then let's see, what's 3 times 1/2? Let's just do that right here. Let's do 3 is the same thing as 3 over 1. 3 over 1 times 1/2 times 1/2. What's 3 times 1? Well, that's just 3. What's 1 times 2? That's just 2. And what is 3 over 2? Well, 2 goes into 3 once. There's one number left over. We keep the denominator. 3 over 2 is the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing as, see, 2 goes into 3, so that's 1. We have 1 left over, and over 2. So that is 1.5. So y would be 1.5. What's 1.5 minus 1? Well, that's just 0.5, or 1/2. 1/2. So hopefully you can see what we've done here. It's not that hard. If I put a 0, if x was 0, 0 times 1/2 is 0, minus 1. it's just minus 1, and that's what y would be. So we've just kind of made like this in and out machine, and I'm sure that we've all seen this when we were second and third grade, these in and out machines. Now let's actually, how do we put this on a graph? Well, if you don't know already, let me get a new color. This horizontal line right here, this is called the x-axis. This is called the x-axis, and this vertical line right here is called the y-axis. So this is y is the vertical direction, x is the horizontal direction. So now we actually just put in this information. X is 0, y would be negative 1. So let's see, 0, well this is 1, so this must be 0, and y would be negative 1. Which direction is negative, up or down? I think it's down, so we would just go down 1, and we make a little mark here. Alright, we're told that if x is 1, y is negative 1/2. So if x is 1, we move 1 in the x direction. Y will be negative 1/2. So this is negative 1. 1/2 will be right about here. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep doing this until we connect the dots. Alright, x is 2. X is 2, y is 0. So I go here, 1, 2, y is 0. We don't go down at all. Remember, if you go down, it's y. If you go across, it's x. If x is 3, y is 1/2. So if we go 3, 1, 2, 3, y will be positive 1/2. So that would be right about here. And we've created this little line, and all we have to do now is we just have to connect the line. Let me try and do that here. It would look something like this. This is the line. And we're done, just like that. We have connected the dots, and we have graphed this linear equation.